Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. This week, we have some incredible opportunities for transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses, including fully remote positions, which I know is a hot commodity these days. So if you're a transitioning service member, a veteran, or military spouse, take yourself in the comments. We'd love to know who you are and who is tuning in today, and our team would love to connect with you. And while everyone is introducing themselves in the chats, I'd like to take a few minutes to introduce our recruiting team. I am Kate Wood. I'm a recruiter here at HireMilitary. I'm an Army veteran and a military spouse currently stationed at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. Next up, we have Lucy Robinson. Could you take a couple seconds just to introduce yourself?
I'd love to. I haven't done this in a while, Kate. Thanks. I'm Lucy Robinson. I'm the recruiting manager here at HireMilitary. I'm an Air Force spouse and I've been in the recruitment game for about 20 years, and we are currently stationed in the wilds of Alaska, the interior of Alaska, no less. No, Joint Base Elmendorf Richardson here. We're at Fairbanks.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Lucy. And Amber Flores is with us today as well. Could you tell us a little about yourself?
Sure, Kate. Thanks so much. I am Amber. I was in the Air Force for a little while. I'm an Air Force spouse now, and we are in San Antonio.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us today. And as always, for everyone tuning in, we'd love to know where you're watching from, what types of roles you are looking for, and any other information that can just help us to understand who's out there in our HireMilitary community. We've been reviewing your feedback over the last couple of LinkedIn Live editions and using that information to understand how we can best serve you, our HireMilitary community, moving into 2022. So in addition, we'd love to understand what are some of the barriers or obstacles that you've been finding in finding your next permanent role, or maybe pivoting from the military and transitioning into civilian sector. So please drop any of those comments into the chats as well. We are actually planning a LinkedIn Live event in the near future that focuses solely on job searching. So it'll be kind of a little time where our recruiting team, the three of us, will get together and just share any tips, tricks, advice when it comes to job searching. And we'd love to know what questions you have. What are the questions that you have surrounding job searching? Whether that's resume advice or, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, anything when it comes to job searching, any questions you might have, please drop those in the comments. We'll gather them up and we will use those at that LinkedIn Live event to discuss all things job searching. Okay. Now back to hot jobs, what we are all here to discuss today. But before we dive in, please know that there will be a link in the description to the careers page where you can find full position descriptions and the links to apply on all the roles that we're talking about today. Also, as we share roles, if you are interested, please comment in the chats with the specific title of the role that you are interested in, so we know exactly who to reach out to for each different role following this broadcast. All right, so let's get into it. First up, we have Lucy sharing some cybersecurity roles for us.
Yes, okay. We've got a multitude of cybersecurity roles. Now, we initially advertised these as remote, but the client has recently changed the parameters. In their eyes, they're moving away from COVID now back into their location. And so these positions are all based at Fort Belvoir in Virginia. So the cyber roles, of which we have 3 different ones. So take a look at our website and have a look at the position descriptions. They all sit within the government and public sector practice, so GPS that's called. And their openings are in the technology consulting service line within cybersecurity there. So that's regarding strategy, risk, compliance, and resiliency. Really, these roles suit somebody with a cyber degree, an IT degree, and at least one IAM level 1, not 1. Naturally, as well, they do require a top secret security clearance, and that has recently changed as well.
Great.
In addition, we've got some audit consultants roles. Again, these were advertised initially as remote, but they will now be sitting in Tyson's Corner in Virginia. So in the McLean-Tyson's Corner area of the DC metro vicinity. Again, working in the government and public sector team, they will be serving roles advising the public, advising public sector clients as well on their most pressing internal audit and risk management issues. I'm sorry, it's still very early in Alaska and I'm struggling with my words this morning. They do require a bachelor's degree in business, accounting or finance. They also do prefer to have some kind of MBA or certification like a CPA, CIA, CGFM, CDFM, or PMP ideally. These ones do need 5 years of related work experience in a military environment. Now, these will be working with the Army generally on a day-to-day basis. So Army experience is ideal if possible. And they are starting immediately as well. So we are looking for candidates shortly for those.
And Lucy, I'm pretty sure both of these roles, the cybersecurity consulting roles and the internal audit consultants, are with the Big Four firm that we partner with as well, which is a great thing. I know Mike Quinn has come on before talking about these roles, talking about how great of an opportunity this is to really have an amazing entry point into a great firm, an amazing company that can be a real trajectory and launch point for someone's career. So just wanted to mention that as well. Thank you so much for sharing those two roles.
No, you're welcome. And you're right. You know, it's a really good stepping stone post-military to jump into one of those organizations.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Great. And the next roles you have are actually in locations nationwide.
Yeah, so we talk quite often around these more senior positions, the ones where sort of that a natural fit for retirees, either enlisted or officer. But we do have a whole range of skilled mechanic and tech roles across the US, coast to coast, East Coast and West Coast. And we are looking for anybody from a skilled tech MOS or background, specifically civil engineering, radar, aircraft, vehicle, generator maintenance, possibly even nuclear career fields. We're looking for people who are tech, with a tech mindset, and really people who, want to work in this kind of position post-military. For some of the roles specifically that we're working with one client, they do have sign-on bonuses as well. So definitely get in touch. I think that's more of a case of if you are interested in positions like that, rather than taking a look at our website, reach out to me, to you, to Amber, and have a conversation about those, because we can take a look at your location and see where we may be able to find a fit for you. But within that, specifically today, I'd just like to highlight one that we have mentioned a couple of times. It's an airframe and power plant lab technician based out of Atlantic City. It's actually at the airport there. And they specifically want somebody who is entry level, but has that AMP certification. So if you know anybody, or if you are somebody with that who wants to work in the New Jersey area, definitely get in touch with us.
Great. And that's a great thing you mentioned as well, Lucy, is if these roles might not be of interest to you, but you know of someone, if you have a fellow service member or another veteran that you know of, or a spouse or anyone that you think might be interested or is a fit for these roles, please share them with them. If they're on LinkedIn, tag them in the chats as well, so that we can identify them and reach out to them with these amazing opportunities. So again, if you're interested in any of these positions that you hear about today, just tag the specific title of the role in the chats and we'll know to reach out to you specifically. Or if you have questions about these roles, type those down in the chats as well. We'll try to go through after this broadcast and answer any of those questions and connect with anyone interested in these specific roles. Thanks so much, Lucy, for sharing those roles with our community. And next up, Amber, we have some roles that you're going to share with us. The first being a full stack developer role.
Yeah. So this full stack developer role is a remote role. So actually a really neat client. So they're working currently to develop a wearable device that tracks sleep disorders in vets. So it's something that might be near and dear to many members of our military community. But in this full stack developer role, they're looking for someone with experience in Node.js, ES6, TypeScript, REST, and the modern component-based frameworks like Angular to Vue or React. We have had some success putting a candidate there already. They're loving the role, really loving the mission of this company. So please reach out if you have any questions at all.
Great. Thank you so much. We love hearing about and the fact that we partner with organizations that are not only trying to hire veterans, but are working on products, working on services that directly impact our community as well, which is really exciting about that full stack developer role. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the next role you have is the event technicians role.
Yeah, we have talked about the event technician role a little bit in the past, and so we've had a lot of success with it so far. They're looking for people with experience with HVAC, with generators, and within 40 minutes of their locations of Dallas, Palm Springs, Sacramento, Orlando, Memphis, and Newark. So again, this particular client with the event technician, they're handling the HVAC and the generators for football games, for festivals, for really big concert series. So it's a lot of fun. And like I said, we've had some success and people are really eager to jump in there.
Absolutely. I love this position. And like you mentioned, we've had several candidates that have signed offers already and are about to start with this company. And like Amber mentioned, there's locations across the country, just having to be within a commutable distance of those major hubs for this organization. And really an exciting career. You travel all over the country supporting these different events, which is, I mean, what more could you want for someone that's wanting to travel the country and just see these things too? That's really exciting. So again, that's the event technician position that we have open. Great. And the last role you're going to share is an operations associate in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. So the operations associate, this is with a global organization, and they supply a worldwide customer base with really advanced technology, sort of innovative products. We could think the coating industry, automotive, semiconductors, and they're looking for somebody that really has that mechanical aptitude, right? So some experience with some tools, understanding of facility manufacturing equipment. You can imagine like air compressors, pumps, airlines, humidifiers, stuff like that. And the requirement here is a high school diploma, GED, and again, a really, really phenomenal organization to work with.
Great. And I think some people might consider this kind of an entry level because there is a minimal requirement for education, but it really is a great entry point into an amazing organization. From what I know of this position, Amber, they're really wanting someone that can come in and explore some different business lanes within the organization. They're willing to give exposure and training on, operations and logistics and some of the other pieces that make their company successful. So this is a really great role for someone just wanting to, that has that background, but is really learning to expand and explore some other avenues as well. So thank you so much. Again, if you're interested in the roles that Amber mentioned, the full stack developer, the event technician, or the operations associate, please type that title into the chats. Then we will get back to you and reach out to you with more information on that, or take someone that might be interested in the chats as well, and we can reach out to them. And again, all of these positions are available via the link in the description that goes directly to our careers page with full position descriptions. All right, so I guess it's my turn to share a couple roles with you today. The first that I'll be sharing is software developers. We are recruiting for 2 software developers positions that are fully remote. The first being a principal software engineer. In this position, the company we're working for is really looking for someone with some senior software engineer experience. They need someone with about 7 years in software development leadership role that successfully led some large scale web application projects. So, if you transition from the military, or if you're a veteran, or if you're a spouse that's been working within software engineering and has, several positions under your belt and is looking for the next role for you, this would be a great opportunity. They're really excited about someone that's passionate to work on state-of-the-art technology and trends like AWS, big data platforms, and modern web development technologies. So if that sounds like something exciting for you and you have the experience that fits that, please reach out, look at our careers page for principal software engineer. That's the title of that role. The next fully remote developer role I have is a software developer with a company that connects governments to agencies, citizens and consumers to brands, employees to technology, and as a leader in new ways of doing business. This is a software developer where you will need about 3 years of web development experience. And so please, there's a little more intricacy on this specific role, and you can find all the details in the full position description on our careers page as well. So those are the 2 fully remote software developer roles that we have available and are recruiting for currently. The next role I have, and the last role, is an operations manager in LaSalle, Illinois. And LaSalle is about an hour and some change outside of the Chicago metro area. This role is with an organization that we've mentioned often. They are a great client and they've been an amazing partner. We actually have placed 2 veterans into operations manager roles, one at their distribution center in Las Vegas, and the other recently just accepted an offer at their Jacksonville, Florida location that they're opening. And so this candidate is fully ready to hire military veterans, transitioning service members and military spouses. They value what you bring to their organization. And we have a really great relationship with them. So I'm really excited that we have other opportunities with them. So the operations manager in LaSalle, Illinois is responsible for managing the daily activities of the distribution center, developing and implementing and leading successful operations. For this specific position, I want to let everyone know that it is a shift-based position. And this position specifically will be working from 3:30 p.m. to 0200 a.m. Monday through Thursday. So you'll have a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it is based on those times and those shifts. We want to make sure that you're aware of that as well. For this position, a bachelor's degree in business operations or logistics is preferred, but it is not required. In fact, I believe at least one of the people that we've placed with our company did not have a degree, but they had really great experience. They had commercial warehouse experience and experience operating within a commercial warehouse environment. So if that is you, if you maybe did logistics in the military, or you didn't do logistics in the military, but have worked in logistics and warehousing operations since you've transitioned from the military, or if you're a military spouse working in that kind of a role and really excited about moving into an operations manager role with a national brand that has distribution centers across the country, then this role might be for you. Again, it's a very military friendly organization, and they really value the talent that military veterans, service members, and spouses could bring to their organization. So again, that's an operations manager role. So how do you apply? How do you apply for any of the roles that we mentioned today? The first step would be to visit that link in the description of this post. That will take you to our careers page where we have all the roles that we talked about today, as well as many others. I think we have just over 50 open vacancies right now. So if you didn't find something today that interests you, please check in on our careers page, as we have a variety of other roles that we're recruiting for as well. And once you click on the position, you can see the full position description as well as a link to apply directly there. So that's how you would go about applying for these roles. But like I mentioned before, if there's something, a type of role or industries that you are specifically interested in that we haven't mentioned today, please type those in the chats. We really want to, find opportunities that fit what is currently needed within the military community. So if there's different industries, different roles, different companies that you really are excited about trying to find a role in, please let us know. Type that in the chat. We love hearing and gathering that information on the HireMilitary community. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And please tune in next week for another Hot Jobs with HireMilitary. Take care.